Thank you all so much. I got to tell you, I don't think it gets any better than this, being introduced by these two gentlemen, these two Jersey giants, two people that I am honored to know and call my friends. I have to add to what Corey said about John Bon Jovi. He is, as we all know, an extraordinary entertainer, a performer par excellence, someone who has lit up stages and arenas, and I actually saw perform in front of the Brandenburg Gate to commemorate the fall of the Berlin Wall. He has been a champion, not though just of his music, his art, his talent, but his humanitarian impulses, his caring about people. He builds houses, he feeds people. He and his wonderful wife, Dorothea, are on the front lines of making a difference in New Jersey and America and the world, and I am so proud that he is my friend. Thank you so much, John. And I got to thank the band that entertained us all. Thank you so much. You guys look great. I'm so happy you could be here and play for everybody. And of course, I have to thank my friend, someone I am so excited to be with on any occasion. Cory Booker is a very special senator, but he's also a very special person. And he probably has more energy and charisma than anybody else I know. Have you noticed that? And what he just talked about, quoting everybody from Teddy Roosevelt to Maya Angelou to Thomas Jefferson to Franklin Roosevelt, is exactly how he thinks. He's always thinking about what will make us a better country, how we can have more peace and prosperity in the world. I am so proud to have his support. He's traveled for me across this country. Thank you. Thank you, my dear friend. I also want to acknowledge your Congressman, Representative Donald Payne Jr., your Mayor, Mayor Baraka. Thank you so much. State Senator Teresa Ruiz. State Democratic Chair John Curry. And the New Jersey Black Mayors Alliance for Social Justice. Thank you all. Now look, you've gotten a pretty good idea about how important this election is. You've heard from not only elected officials from here in Newark and New Jersey, but I think if you've been following what's been going on in this election, you already know that yourself. You understand that this election will determine what direction our country heads in. And there could not be a more stark and important difference, because every day we learn more about Donald Trump. And, you know, this is not coming from somebody outside of his campaign. This is coming from the man himself. Just yesterday, we learned the truth about Donald Trump's big talk about helping veterans. It turns out it wasn't until the press shamed him that he actually made the donations he had promised. For months, it was all just a publicity stunt. Well, today, we're learning about another scam, the so-called Trump University. The New York Attorney General is suing Donald Trump for fraud, and his own employees testified. I want you to hear this. His own employees testified that Trump U, you can't make this up, that Trump U was a fraudulent scheme where Donald Trump enriched himself at the expense of hardworking people. Trump and his employees took advantage of vulnerable Americans, encouraging them to max out their credit cards, empty their retirement savings, destroy their financial futures, all while making promises they knew were false from the beginning. This is just more evidence that Donald Trump himself is a fraud. He is trying to scam America the way he scammed all those people at Trump U. It's important that we recognize what he has done, because that's usually a pretty good indicator of what he will do. And on issue after issue, we see someone who is unqualified and unfit to be President of the United States. You know, I think there are three big tests anybody should have to pass that asks for your vote. Number one, can this person make a positive difference in your lives, your family's life, your community, and our country? Number two, can this person be the commander-in-chief to protect Americans and to lead the world with strength, smarts, and steadiness? And number three, can this person unify our country? Now, on all three of those tests, I have tried to tell you exactly what I will do. As your president, how we will get the economy working for everybody, creating more good jobs, lifting up the incomes of Americans. We want to invest in more infrastructure jobs. Newark needs some of those. New Jersey needs a lot of those. We want to bring advanced manufacturing back to America, put people to work, making the products of the future. We want to combat climate change with more clean, renewable energy jobs. Donald Trump says that climate change is a Chinese hoax. Well, I tell you, it's just another example of his words getting ahead of the facts. We know it's real. We know we have to act, and it's a great economic opportunity. We can be the clean energy superpower of the 21st century, and I believe that here in New Jersey, you actually have some real bragging rights, and I'll tell you why. When I was campaigning in Florida, the Sunshine State, I learned that the governor, the Republican governor of Florida, has issued an edict so no one who works for the state government can say or write the words climate change. Now, if you can't say or write the words climate change, you can't really write plans or talk about them that is going to make you more reliant on clean energy instead of fossil fuels, can you? So do you know, and this is a fact you ought to be proud of, New Jersey has more solar power than Florida. I love saying that. I love complimenting you, but it makes a serious point. We've got to get out of denial and into action. And we've got to put people to work and make sure that we're building the economy of the future that will be competitive and create broad-based economic prosperity. I know we can do this. We did it in the 1990s when my husband was president. We had 23 million new jobs. And you know, it wasn't just the 23 million new jobs. That's great. It was that incomes went up for everybody, not just people at the top. The median family income in those 8 years went up 17%. And the fact is, the median family income for African Americans went up 33%. So, some people can talk about the economy and jobs, I know we can do it. And together, it's exactly what will happen. And I'll tell you something else. We're going to do more to help small businesses. We need to create more small businesses, grow more small businesses. That's where 2/3 of the jobs are going to come from, right here in Newark and across New Jersey. And we've got to make the economy fairer. And I want to applaud the mayors who are here, Mayor Barack and everyone who has raised the minimum wage in your city. Thank you, Mayor. Well, we've got to raise it at the federal level, too, because we can't leave any place behind. And I'll tell you something else that would raise incomes faster than anything I know of, and that's ensuring women get equal pay for the work we do. Now, you know, it's important to notice that this is not just a woman's issue. This is a family issue. Everybody here who has a mother, a wife, a daughter, a sister who works, it's your issue. And it is still not happening. It is holding back women and families and our economy. So we're going to go right at it, and we're going to finally consign that to history, because women will be paid fairly and equally and be able to pursue their opportunities. And we're going to do more to help make the balance between family and work fairer. I am going to attack the insidious problems of unpredictable schedules, unfair schedules that don't give families enough notice so they can plan for child care and other important issues. We are going to go after the high cost of child care. In lots of places, it costs as much to have your baby taken care of as to send your teenager to college. And it is time we put a limit. So I have said no family should have to pay more than 10% of your income for child care, high quality child care. And we are way behind the rest of the industrialized advanced economies. We need paid family leave so families can do what they need to do to take care of each other. I'm excited about this. When I talk about these issues, equal pay, family leave, the Republicans accuse me of playing the woman card. Well, I'll tell you what, if talking about these issues is playing the woman's card, then deal me in. So, let me say that I want to do everything I can as president to be a good partner to education and educators, starting with early childhood education through secondary to elementary school, and I want to make community college free so that you can actually get the training and skills you need. We're going to make it possible for you to go to a 4-year public college or university without having to borrow a penny if you're a middle class, working, or poor family. And we're going to help you pay down the student debt that you already have to get it off your back. And I'm going to defend the Affordable Care Act. As you heard Senator Booker say, there was something called Hillary Care before there was Obamacare, but we didn't get it done. We got beat by the insurance companies and the drug companies. So I turned around and I put together Republicans and Democrats so that we could pass the Children's Health Insurance Program, which takes care of 8 million children every year. So now I'm going to defend President Obama's historic accomplishment. We're going to work to get the costs down, premiums, co-pays, deductibles, prescription drug costs. And we're going to tackle 2 other issues that haven't gotten enough attention, mental health and addiction.